Timid Tom knew who was knocking at his door. It was the old lady who owned the building that he lived in. He was already very late. He didn't want to talk to her, but she persistently knocked. Timid Tom opened the door, and the old woman lowered her walking stick and said, "Tom, are you keeping my house clean? Let me check. Let me check." She tried to get in. Tom said, "I am already late. I will let you check in the evening. Why don't you visit me in the evening?" And Tom came out of his house, locked his door, and ran down the steps. Every tenant in that building were troubled by this old lady. They could hear the walking stick, and they knew she would knock at someone's door and check their house or trouble them in some way or the other. But her everyday target was Tom. She would visit him every day without fail. Tom was troubled by everyday bullying of this old woman. But suddenly one day, she died. There was eerie silence in the whole building. No one talked with each other as they did not know what would happen to them because they were tenants. The old woman's daughter sent a message to everyone that they could continue living and paying the same rent as they did. Everyone were relieved. Few weeks passed. Tom thought he heard the walking stick, as if someone was moving outside. He was so used to that old woman coming to his house that suddenly he was relieved. He became a little lazy in cleaning his house. One day, while he was eating soupy noodle on his sofa as he was watching the TV, he thought he heard someone whisper, "Why are you dirtying my floor?" Tom looked around. He thought he's just imagining it. The next day he got up. He got ready to go to office. He looked at the sink. I'll wash them in the evening. As he went to open the door, whoosh! Out came the old lady from the door. "Tom, why are the dirty dishes lying around?" Tom fell backward. He was frightened when he opened his eyes. There was no one there. He got up quickly and ran out of the door, locked the door and went to his office. He kept on thinking. Finally, he came to this conclusion. He was just imagining it. Now, he couldn't ask the other tenants if they too had similar experience, because everyone were giving each other a very odd look. Now, who would ever believe if Tom went and asked, "Did you see the ghost of the old lady?" The final straw came when Tom came back home and decided not to wash those dirty dishes. He sat on his sofa watching the TV. And bam! In front of him came the old lady. "I told you, keep my house clean." Tom got so frightened, he rushed into the kitchen and started washing the utensils and cleaned up the whole kitchen like zoop, zoop, zoop. And when he went to the bedroom that night, he was shivering to his bones. How he managed to sleep, God only knows. But the next morning when he got up, he forgot to pick up the laundry which was lying on the floor. Bam! The old woman came. "I told you, keep my house clean." Tom was shivering. Tom was really shivering, and this old woman's ghost was growing in size, bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. As she was growing bigger and bigger, something happened to Tom. He wasn't frightened. He found it funny. And he said, "Oh my God, you can grow so big?" "Of course, it's my building. I can grow bigger." And she grew bigger. "Aha! Oh my God, you're growing really big." And then he got an idea. He rushed into the kitchen. He quickly removed an empty bottle removed the cap, hid it in his pocket, and then hid the bottle behind him and went to the old woman and said, "Can you grow small and enter this bottle?" And he kept the bottle on the table. "I don't think you can grow small." "Who said? I can grow any size. This is my building." And the old woman started to grow smaller and smaller and smaller, and she entered the bottle. "Quickly, Tom!" Closed the cap, and the ghost was trapped inside. Tom did not wait for the morning. He rushed out, took a cab, went to a water body, a flowing river, and he threw the bottle there. From that day on, the old woman did not trouble Tom or anyone in the building. Remember this: if you find that bottle, do not unscrew the cap, or else I won't tell what will happen with you. You already know. Till next time, bye bye.